there's no application before you this morning to review that ruling. We are only being treated to suppositions that they propose to file an application. We don't know when that will be done. Our view, my lord, is that you are now functus officio as far as that application by the fourth respondent is concerned. And as submitted by my friend Mr. Mwongela, the matter is now res judicata. The only recourse available to the petitioner is the Court of Appeal. So, my lord, the fourth respondent opposes the application and prays that we proceed with the hearing as earlier on scheduled. We pray that you do not allow these theatrics, which are just meant to derail the hearing, my lord. That is all, my lord. My colleague, Dr. Kamoda, will add one or two issues on that.
My lord, Adrian Kamoda for the fourth respondent. Counsel for the petitioner, Mr. Giro, has indicated to the court it is not possible to appeal your decision, but with me is appeal dated 3rd March 2026, which has been duly lodged by the firm of Kerago, Waduta and Company Advocates on behalf of the appellants, or on behalf of the petitioners. Now, that again negates the position advanced that it's not possible to appeal the decision that was initially made. Secondly, my lord, the principles on review of decisions are well anchored in law, including at Section 80 of the Civil Procedure Act, as read together with Order 45 of the Civil Procedure Rules. And one of the core imperatives is that you cannot push for if you have sought an appeal. So as long as there is impedency, an appeal before a higher court in the hierarchy, then the whole aspect of review becomes untenable. And since there is no application for review or any other application that is before this honorable court, then we shall urge that we swiftly proceed to hear the petition in its substance, and we can deal with any further issues that arise in the course of the proceedings. Thank you, my lord.
Yeah, your lordship. Kirago Abuta. My lord, what I heard Mr. Degwanjiru say, he didn't essentially make an application. He just, out of abundance of caution and also putting everyone to their attention that there may be an application that might be filed. And for that reason, he just informed all of us that whenever a witness mentions something that may touch on those grounds, actually one ground, not both of them, just the first ground. The other one we left it. Ground number 2, we left it. they should not feel a bit edgy about it. So it is just that. There is no formal application or informal application that was made. It was just a caution. So really, there's nothing to be determined at this point. Nothing to be determined at this point. There's no application before the court. Yes. That's all, my lord.
Yes, my lord. My lord, for purposes of good order, my name is Adrian for the respondent. We would like to get some indication from the petitioner as to the lineup of witnesses. Yeah, previously there was an indication that they would drop some, so we would be properly minded to know how many witnesses they plan to call and possibly in which order. Thank you, my lord.
My lord, my learned friend is just jumping the gun. We were to address that in our opening remarks. Yes, my lord.
I would have thought so too.
Yes, yes, my lord.
It's okay, why don't you proceed?
So, my lord, we are here this morning because we have a petition dated the 22nd of December 2025, which petition seeks to challenge the results and the declaration of one Leo Wamuthende Njero as the winner of the elections, by elections that were held on the 27th of November 2025. My lord, in that petition, as shall be urged and presented by the various witnesses, we have various thematic areas. One of them is what was the impact of the violence that was meted and whether there was violence that was meted, and what is the impact of that violence vis-a-vis the elections as read together with Article 81 of the Constitution. Number two, my lord, the witnesses.
I know it's been recorded, but
Yes, my lord. So, my lord, petition seeks to.
on the election.
Let me take it again, my lord. My lord, my lord, let me take it again. Our election petition seeks to establish whether the by-election that was conducted on the 27th of November squared out to the dictates of the Constitution. Was it free? Was it fair? Was it secure? Was it verifiable, accountable, and transparent? We will bring evidence through witnesses who will prove before this court that there were elements or actions that were taken during that time that negates those fundamental principles. One of them being violence that was witnessed during the by-elections. The second one is the question of intimidation by serving state officers in the capacity of the cabinet secretaries. My lord, will bring witnesses before you who will establish before this court that the election that the individual who was declared the winner ought not to have been declared so. Our petition will have two limbs. It will be both arithmetical, whether the arithmetic speaks to the declaration, and will address the question of procedure. Did the election follow the laid down rules? I invite my learned friend, Mr. Wathuta, to proceed briefly.
There was a time you mentioned an article in the Constitution.
Yes, my lord, I did mention Article 81 of the Constitution, and most importantly, Article 1, Clause E, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution, that relates the question of violence and intimidation. Most obliged.
What will be demonstrated is contrary to Article 81 of the Constitution. The by-election that was held on 28th of November 2025 did not meet the principles that are stated there, which are free and fair elections, which are by secret ballot, free from violence, intimidation, improper influence, or corruption. We will also demonstrate that the elections were not conducted by an independent body, and that they were not transparent, and most importantly, my lord, they were not administered in an impartial, neutral, efficient, accurate, and finally accountable manner. And that's the gist of the petition that is before you. We will then demonstrate that the totality of that gave an outcome that is not a reflection of the will of the people. We will also demonstrate that the entirety of that election is unconstitutional for having been conducted without a gazetted voter register. And that, my lord, then speaks to Article 81, which I highlighted. We'll get evidence to that effect. So therefore, as we commence the hearing, my lord, we'll be speaking towards those principles and demonstrating to you that this election falls short or fell short of those constitutional imperatives. Yeah, my lord, yeah, that is what I would say, and our lead judge Karuthui has one remark as to what ushers in the witness.
My Lord, George Karuthui, I will just address the issue of the witnesses. In the first instance, we are going to call the petitioner and his chief agent. And within the next, before the next hearing, we'll have made a conclusive list of the rest of the witnesses that we are going to be calling. Out of the 18, the number will definitely reduce, but we'll give that confirmation by close of proceedings tomorrow. Close of proceedings tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yes,
to indicate the number.
the final number of witnesses, because by then we'll have finished with the first two witnesses.
You will drop some,
Yes, we'll definitely drop some.
and we will give a list of the witnesses remaining.
Yes, my lord.
But COB tomorrow will be your last. You have, if you are, well, okay, that's okay. Your 650 hours will come tomorrow. So,
Sometimes, my Lord, is human. My Lord, where any error or irregularity occurred, which is in the minimum in this by-election, the first, second, and third respondents have given sufficient explanation on that. And they have demonstrated, my Lord, that any such irregularity or error will not affect the outcome of this by-election, and it was not by design. My Lord, the election or the by-election of 27th of November was conducted in substantial compliance with the Constitution, the Elections Act, the applicable regulations, the electoral body, my Lord, and its officials deployed competent personnel recruited in an open and competitive manner, my Lord. The electoral body and its officials, my Lord, deployed technology which worked effectively, my Lord. The results, my Lord, whether the manual or in the technology are in harmony, my Lord. The results are in harmony. My Lord, we'll be urging you to find that where the petitioner is alleging that there was commission of election offenses, the petitioner has fallen short of meeting the threshold to prove those offenses on a beyond reasonable doubt standard, my Lord. We will be showing that the entire election petition does not meet the intermediate test between balance of probabilities and beyond reasonable doubt. And overall, my Lord, we will be showing that everything humanly possible and within the confines of the law was done by the first, second, and third respondents to ensure that the will of the electorate of Mbeere North constituency prevailed, my Lord. That is all for me, my Lord.
Fourth respondent.
Yes, my lord. My name is Kachuba for the fourth respondent. My lord, on our part, we'll be opposing the petition strenuously. We will cross-examine the petitioner and his witnesses with a view to demonstrating to the court that the fourth respondent was a duly elected candidate for a parliamentary seat in the by-election. My lord, will set out to demonstrate that none of the 8 grounds remaining affected the election of the fourth respondent. My colleague, Dr. Kamoto, will add something on that.
Adrian for the fourth respondent. We shall further demonstrate to this honorable court that the fourth respondent approached the election with an open mind, ready to comply with the law, and he did all that was lawfully required of him and eventually accepted the outcome which was in favor. We will be able to show this court that the petition herein is not an assailment of its constitutionality.
It's not an assailant.
Yes, my lord. Of its constitutionality or any procedural defect in the process, but it's rather an expression of dissatisfaction with the will of the people. It will unfold as the matter progresses that the allegations leveled against the fourth respondent are unfounded, unproven, and hypothetical in principle. And that there will be no basis absolutely in the end for this honorable court to interfere with the will of the people of Mbeere North constituency, who made a decision which is extensively backed up by the materials on record, especially those presented by none other but the petitioner. The validity of the outcome, as we shall show, is well buttressed by the returns, including the forms 35A and B, lodged by the petitioner which affirm that indeed a proper election was conducted and a lawful outcome registered. So eventually we shall be urging the court not to entertain extraneous issues which are basically designed to deny the fourth respondent a well-merited electoral win, and equally to deny the constituents of Mbeere North the right to enjoy representation by a person of their choice. My Lord, we shall make further input once the substance of the petition has been laid out by the petitioner, and we shall eventually seek to find favor with the court that the petition shall be dismissed. Thank you, Madam.
Yes, my Lord. Ms. Mbeere, Ms. Rose Mbeere, for the fourth respondent. My Lord, we will go. The fourth respondent will demonstrate to this court that the grounds raised in the petition are not the attributes, omissions or commissions of the fourth respondent, of the remaining grounds, that is ground 3 to 10. The fourth respondent will demonstrate to this court, my Lord, that none of those grounds have been issues that affected the fourth respondent in his person or as a candidate. We will be proving to this court the election was free and fair, and the declaration of the fourth respondent met the constitutional threshold and the petition as it is in bad faith, meant to deny the constituents of Mbeere North their bona fide elected leader. That is all, my Lord.
Okay, that takes us through the opening statements. Are we ready for the witnesses?
Yes, my lord.
Let's start with the witnesses. If you can, if there are witnesses who will be giving testimony later on the petitioner side, if you can step out. Any other witnesses from the petitioner side could step out.
If you are a witness for the petitioner, kindly step out.
The same will apply when we are engaging the witnesses for the respondents.
Newton, we are going to say you. Kindly lift the Bible with your right hand. It's just behind you. And you repeat after me. I swear by the name of the Almighty God
I swear by the name of the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give before this court
that the evidence that I shall give before this court
shall be the truth,
shall be
nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You want to stand in the dock of them?
No, I just wanted to help the cover.
There's nothing with you standing here, right? You need to help them access.
Yeah, just to go through the. Yes. Newton, can you give this court your full names? Karaoke Mbeere. My lords, I'll leave the witness in evidence in chief. Can you give this court your full names?
My name is Newton Karish, the immediate former member of Council Assembly representing Mbeere from 2013 to 2025. I was doing my third term in Council Assembly of Embu before I resigned to contest in this election.
You're the MCFO or MCFO?
Major ward. Yeah.
Mbeere ward is in which county?
It's in Embu County, Mbeere North constituency.
Are you among those who contested in the by-election?
Yes, I am.
Yes, when was the by-election conducted? When was the by-election conducted?
On 27th of November 2025.
27th November 2025. Confirm to this court that you are the petitioner. Yes, confirm to this court that you are the petitioner.
Yes, I am.
Were you satisfied with the results or the way the elections were conducted?
Not really.
Confirm to this court that you did swear an affidavit in support of your petition that is before court today.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Is this the affidavit that you did swear when in support of your petition?
Correct.
When is it dated?
It is dated on 22nd day of December 2025.
Would you wish to have this support via petition of the court? Yes, in your affidavit, I would wish you to go to paragraph 8 of your affidavit. Does it lay out the results as announced by the returning officer for the by-election of the 27th of November?
Yes.
That is the results that were announced. Can you confirm that the results were, upon being announced, gazetted?
Yes.
Would you wish to produce that gazette notice as the evidence before the court?
Yes.
Yes. Period to the results being announced, the first respondent, that is IEBC, had appointed the first and the second respondents as the returning officer and the deputy returning. Fine. You confirm to court that there was a gazette notice to that effect?
Yes, I do.
There was a gazette notice. What had caused this particular by-election to be called?
This was after the resignation of the then member for representing Mbeere North, Honor Keringa Ruku.
Yes.
When he resigned and was appointed to national government as a CS.
And you have annexed, as per paragraph 3, an annexure to show that the 17th April 2025, the Speaker of the National Assembly did declare Mbeere North seat to be vacant.
Yes.
You also confirm that you are among those who were cleared to contest in the by-election.
Yes, on a Democratic Party ticket.
The Democratic, and also the fourth respondent was among the candidates.
Yes.
Would you remember how many candidates were in that by-election?
There were 8 in total.
There were 8 in total. That is captured in paragraph 8 of your affidavit.
Yes.
These particular elections, in a nutshell, how are the elections conducted? Did the IEBC, to your knowledge, comply with the law?
I don't think whether they comply with the law.
Yes.
Because I have participated in an election since 2013, yes. And I have said here that I was now in my third term, yes, representing Mbeere.
Yes.
Number one, I have never seen such kind of so many police officers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I have never seen unmarked cars, which were so many. Some removed number plates,
yes,
some smeared with mud. that you could not be able even to identify who was the owners of these vehicles when they were parked in the bush. You could not know that. And again, in all those elections that I have won in Momenji, I have never seen an election whereby we don't have a physical or a manual register.
Oh, so
but in this one, there wasn't.
There was no manual register.
Yes, so it was not very easy to identify where a person was coming from. Any person from any part of the country would have been able to vote in this election.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's what of
And
on the
again,
elections day? How was it?
And again, there was a lot of violence.
Yes.
And mostly in specific areas. Those areas perceived to be my stronghold.
Okay.
Including Kaungo area, for example.
Yes.
Kianamo area.
Yes.
Just the city's names, strongholds.
Kaungo, there was a lot of violence. Kaungo. Yeah. There was Kianamo. Yeah. There was Chiakago Social Hall. Again, there was St. Peter's. And Getivori was, that was a hell of a polling station. Getivori.
There was also the issue of assisted voters. What would be a comment?
Again, I have never witnessed such a high number on assistant voters because a case in point is Gangara polling station whereby I went at around 11 a.m. and found that the forms had already finished.
Yes.
That means there was a lot of bribery because what was happening is that people had to prove that they are voted for a certain candidate. And that is why everyone, including even the one who could be able to write for himself, would claim of how he is incompetent or maybe how he cannot be able to write, so that after that, he can go now and claim some money from somewhere after proving that he has voted for a certain candidate.
And when it came to voters who could not be captured by the Kim's kit, what would happen?
And I think that is why one thing is that we are requesting for an account of these votes. Because if a person was allowed to vote without passing through a Kim's kit, then anyone can vote. And because there's no way you can be able to verify that person because there's no voter register which is physical there.
Yes.
So anyone could have voted. So the only thing we can do is to count the votes in the box vis-a-vis the ones the fingerprints in the Kim's kit.
So
that
count,
you see whether they match.
In short, you mean you check on those who are okay by the Kim's kit to vote, vis-a-vis the casted votes.
Vis-a-vis the casted votes.
Did they have any other tire if the Kim's kit failed to capture a particular voter? Did they have any other way they were checking to confirm that that particular voter is a registered voter and more specifically to that specific station?
I don't think, because even the ones which were not captured, some were around 4. Maybe they have not been captured, they were around 4.
In your affidavit, you have captured incidents of people who were allowed to vote without having captured. Yes.
Yes.
The issue of how the electoral materials were received and handled by the election, the IEBC officers or the officers appointed or deployed by the first respondent. What would be your comment?
Can you cancel? You have me.
Yes.
You can just refer to the paragraph.
The paragraphs. Okay. And I want that the affidavit.
Well, if you adapt it, then we close them.
Yes, that's what I wanted. I was just laying basis, then I adapt. What would be your comment on that particular issue? Were there instances whereby these electoral materials were in the hands of people who are not IEBC officials?
Yes, because for example, if the assistant voter forms,
yes,
if they could get finished,
yes,
they were being sent through a motorbike.
From the IEBC offices
from the
through a
IEBC.
motorbike to be conveyed to the station.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Again,
Which forms were these?
These are
assistant.
the presiding officer voter assisting form.
Yes. And again, when it came to escorting of the ballot boxes,
yes,
there was no space secured for our engines.
That is escorting from the police station to the tallying center.
The tallying center. Okay. And again, that tallying center was not very accessible because even the leaders of our parties were not supposed.
Yourself, were you able to access the tallying center
Yes,
after the elections?
Yes, with a lot of difficulties.
With a lot of difficulties. What were the difficulties? What was happening?
There was a lot of police officers, some barriers, so many barriers created.
Mm-hmm.
Like myself, I was only allowed to access the place after I removed the 2 persons in my vehicle.
After you remove?
I had to remove two persons occupants in my vehicle so that I be allowed in the tallying center. But my party leader will not be able to access the tallying center.
Were there instances whereby your own some people at the polling stations were injured?
Yes, for example, like Kaungo, yes, what was happening is that all of these places that I have named where violence took place, it was being engineered by state officers.
Yes.
Because if you look at Kaungo polling station, that is where the member for Runyenjes, that is where the governor of Mbeere County, and the honorable member for Mbeere North, current member for Mbeere North, where they visited that polling station.
Yes.
And when they visited that polling station, they were accompanied by a lot of youth. They were forcing entry into the polling station, which was against the will of the people. So chaos erupted, and police officers started firing in the air. And you see, the police officers who are firing in the air are not the police in uniform.
Were these officers the officers designated by the IEBC?
No, they are not. They were officers who are accompanying the state officers.
These are the bodyguards to the state officers.
Correct.
Can you confirm one person was injured?
One person was injured at Kaungu.
At Kaungu?
Yes.
Ordinarily, what was the agreement before? Would these officers be allowed to go into the polling station with their vehicles, or where were they supposed to park them?
They were supposed to park their vehicles outside and then walk by foot into the polling station. But if you look at Kaungu, if you look at Kianamo, or where CS Waume again went there, and again with a lot of road youths, they caused chaos there. If you look at the social hall, where another member, Wamuthende, a certain honorable Wamuthende, again also caused chaos there. That was
when you say social hall, do you mean Chicago social hall?
Chicago social hall.
And when you talk of Wamuthende, are you talking of the member of parliament Mbeere?
Correct.
Yes.
That is where they were causing chaos. Maybe probably not.
Council.
Yes.
I can see someone who wants to stand up.
Yes, yeah.
I think you know what you're doing.
Yes. Let me rephrase. Okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm guided. In a nutshell, if you look at your paragraph 114, paragraph 114 of the affidavit.
114?
Yeah, 114. It shows an analysis of how the difference between what is called, or the votes you got, and those which the declared winner before the respondent was declared. Is that true?
Yes.
And the difference was how many votes?
469.
469, when you analyze on the polling stations that you're complaining about, do you think if the court...
My Lord, with all due respect, we object to the leading questions that counsel is putting to the witness.
Council.
Okay, fine.
In fact, there's been a lot of patience in part of the response.
Yes.
Let me read.
Okay. Just
sure.
ask him a question.
Yes.
Drawing his attention to a paragraph and then he's explaining.
Now, in this particular paragraph, it shows an analysis of the voting pattern. Is that true?
Yes.
Do you think, what would be a comment on the difference?
The difference being very small and considering the violence. I think this difference, if we are allowed to recount the votes in the votes, it suffices what passed through the keys. It will show very clearly that there is no such a difference. In fact, you are going to lose.
Who is going to lose?
The current number is going to lose.
The fourth respondent.
Yes.
On state officers, what would be your comment? That's in paragraph 122.
I think what was happening is that you see, when you deploy a lot of state officers, it's that there is undue influence. Because some even they were promising people that if you don't vote for the government, there's no development. So it's like they're handing an undue advantage to a certain candidate.
Yes. In your affidavit, you have mentioned several clips that were in support of the case and the evidence of the irregularities you mentioned. Would you wish the court to see those clips as the evidence?
Yes.
My Lord, would like to go to the clips. I think 80% is ready. Now, we want to take you through the clips and we have your comments on the same. That is N and K 5B.
Okay.
5B.
That's paragraph 50.
Yes.
The thing that we are saying is that elections was very good, and election was well managed and it was very good. And we are raising the issues to do with external environment, and that is why the police are here. That is why the civil society and observers are here, and everybody. But now let me come to the questions that have been raised by our good lady, the observer. In terms of the register during the by-elections is replaced. You only use the register as it was used in the last general election. So the new voters, even if you are registered elsewhere, they will not vote in this by-election. Two, in those areas of by-election, those no registration of voters at all. Meaning that it's only those people who participated in the last general election, when the register was gazetted and certified, that will vote in this particular by-election. The second question, the issue of kiosk and whether voters were reflected because probably their biometrics were not identified and they never had a manual register. There are many other mechanisms of identifying a voter. There's what we call supervisor.
So, Mr.
Just before you ask us the question, NMK5E, is it a series of clips or is it one clip? If it is one clip, I would like to know the name of the clip so when I look at it, I know it is 5E.
Yes, it's one clip just centering on a seminar as per the paragraph 14.
You say NMK5E is a collection of video clips.
Yes.
The first respondents, chairman and commissioners, during the formal briefings.
Yes.
Is that one of them? The way you have said that, I think I saw when they were trying to track it.
Yeah.
There were several clips in there. Do they have numbers or something like that? So this one of Anne Derito, for example, is there a number to it?
Yeah, my lord, this is Kirago Abuta. For ease of following, what we did is that we cut that seminar into various parts. So maybe what you should do here is to indicate one is I, Roman 1, Roman 2, something like that. Because it was so long, so we cut it into pieces. So there's that one, another one by another commission.
So when I'm looking for it, when I eventually get that flash disk,
yes.
Right, it actually was taken from me. Yes. When I eventually look at them,
yes.
How will I find it?
It is written under register of voters because we have.
It's written under
register of voters.
Under register of voters.
Yeah, register of voters.
That's the way it has been saved in the flash.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So, correctly, Jerry, counsel for the petitioner. My lord, if you look at the list there, like under it, there are 2 clips. They are also on the flash disk, they are also indicated. On the flash disk, you'll be able to see below each and every clip, we have labeled it to the name of the person whom we are referring to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
So the one you've just showed me is underwritten register of voters.
Yes.
If you show me underwritten, let me know. We are now showing you underwritten. The flash.
Yes.
The way it is saved as underwritten.
Yeah.
Because I am able to relate my proceedings to what I have said.
Yes. Now, Newton, you are aware of that debriefing by the IEBC immediately after the elections?
Yes.
The debriefing was on which date?
It was on 8th December in a certain hotel.
8th of December, which year?
8th of December 2025.
2025. Yeah. So among those who participated, can you confirm what was the name of the person you're referring to?
It's Commissioner Mbeere.
Yes. Yeah. And he gave comments on questions or questions by participants that.
Yes.
And is it your wish that the court do listen to that and hear what he comments on the issue of the register of voters?
Yes. Because I think what Mbeere is trying to say here is that she's trying to admit that there was no manual register.
So she admits there was no manual register.
Yes, and she's saying there are so many ways of identifying. Maybe we shall know the many ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
To your knowledge, save for the biometric, was there any other way that was used to identify the voters in that by-election?
No.
My lord, you can proceed to hear.
Validation. Once your biometrics are not recognized by the kid for certain reason, maybe your hands have gone through some eroding because of the type of work you do, then we have other mechanisms. The first one is what we call supervisor validation. You take the details of the ID, and then you scan it, and then the supervisor will come and validate you. And then you take the photo of your ID together, then with your own photo. And
that was the clip was from what time stamp? Where she started talking about biometrics. Because it appears to be the same clip.
Yes, just go back a bit.
Supervisor will come and validate you. And then validation. The second question, the issue of PMs and
159. No,
0139.
No, 115.
Yeah, okay.
This is the duration of the clip, and this is the time which has
0115 is
yes,
right,
this is
now.
the time.
So it's 0115 to what?
whether voters were inflated in a voter. There's what we call supervisor validation. Once your biometrics are not recognized by the kid for certain reason, maybe your hands have gone through some eroding because of the type of work you do, then we have other mechanisms. The first one is what we call supervisor validation. You take the details of the ID, and then you scan it, and then the supervisor will come and validate you. And then you take the photo of your ID together, the photo with your own photo, and it shall be positive manual register. And actually, even in Kenya, we are taking the IDs. It's an alternative biometric. When it is
now,
that's 156.
Yes, Newton, you can hear what the commissioner is talking about. What has he spoken about at that particular point?
I think generally what
At that particular point, what has he talked of the second way of verifying after the form? He's now talking of another method.
Which I don't think is applicable during a voting day. I don't know verifying, I don't know, I can't understand.
Let's proceed.
We have interface, then the iris can become the alternative biometric. And we do that within the where so
now you can hear the commission talking of Irish. Was that applied in this particular by-election?
The first thing what they say to me.
Sorry? Speak up. So you have heard this, the commissioner talking of Irish. Was that applied?
It wasn't applied.
Where I see that I do not think the Kenyan law differences because it will not be identified biometrically. Everybody would take unless we are given an identity of somebody who was returned and because of identification.
Thank you, Professor.
Yes, you can do the second click by hand.
That's what the first thing I want to tell them. There was only one Starling Center in Mbeere. What they are referring to as a Starling Center, actually polling stations. Then can you condemn a whole election? Even if they were not, assume they were not allowed, which I checked before I came here, nobody was disallowed, and we want them to bring evidence that were actually not allowed. Nobody was accredited with a badge accredited by NBC that was denied entry in any police station and also in the Tariq Center. Nobody, and they can bring evidence if they were ever denied, even a footage of them getting denied entry. We see, and we see whether they were actually accredited. If they are not accredited, of course, we cannot be allowed into at a polling station. Those polling stations, really, you cannot say because you have been denied into polling station entry, then election is not free and fair. Then what is the parameters of a free and fair and credible election? So there are more parameters than that. So did they move from one polling station to another?
I'm quoting Marion, Professor Marion.
Yes, now, if you look at that clip, were the accredited agents, your own agents, and they allowed to access all the polling stations?
No.
Are there instances?
The question was, why is
accredited agents allowed to access the polling stations?
You say none of them are.
The commissioner says
No.
him, yes. Why you are, the court wants to hear the answer to this. Were all your accredited agents allowed to access the stations?
They were allowed, but some were injected through violence. Initially, they have been allowed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you have?
Say some are not. What's the answer?
Okay, give the answer.
Yeah.
Were your accredited agents allowed to access the station during the election, the by-election?
Yes.
All of them are allowed.
They were allowed.
Did they remain at the station until the voting process and tallying process was completed?
Some no.
Sorry?
Some were not.
Some are not allowed to stay here.
Yes.
So, do you know instances where your agents were denied at a particular point?
One is Getibori.
Getibori. What happened in Getibori?
How do you spell that? Getibori.
G-I-T-I-B-U-R-I.
So, What happened in category?
At category, voting went on very well during the day. But at some point when it approached counting time, there was a directive from the CS that counting should not start until we arrive. So,
Directive from?
the CS, Geoffrey Keringabo. Yeah. The presiding officer is the one who said that there was a directive from the CS that voting should not, counting should not start until he arrives. And then, before the counting started, there was a mysterious fire that came from, I think from a lantern. And as if by coincidence, at that time, the CS arrived with so many youths. And he demanded to be shown the Democratic Party agents. And then he started assaulting them. They were removed from the polling station. And like as if to save the ballot boxes, the ballot box was removed and then put in a standby vehicle which was outside. And when the voters, the compound and our agents ran away, the boxes were returned and counting started on the supervision of the CS, minus our agents. And therefore in that polling station with Tivoli, counting was done without our agents, nor did they sign uniform, because they were not there. To me, I think the idea was, first of all, to remove, first of all, to take the original box, and then during the time, during the time of counting, maybe introduce another box from the vehicle, because there was no, already, it had already moved from the hands of the IBC now to a civilian.
That is captured in your affidavit?
Yes, it is.
That is paragraph, can you confirm it's from paragraph 97?
Yes, from paragraph 97.
Paragraph 98?
Yeah.
99?
Yes.
Paragraph 100?
Yes.
101?
Correct.
There is also the issue at the Chicago Social Hall, as per your paragraph 102 and 103. What were the observations?
At Chicago Social Hall, there were some objections raised by our agents, but then they were ignored by the presiding officer. So they went to, they continued to count the votes despite being rejected by the King's kids. There are some people, there are 2 persons who were rejected by the Kings.
Yes.
But we under sharp agents who saw that these people, that those 2 people were not qualified to vote. But the presiding officer insisted that they were to vote and they were allowed to vote.
I would like you to play a clip. voting on those who are allowed to vote. Now, let's proceed. What happened?
Again, in Kaongo, voting went on very well in the better part of the day. But at some point, the governor and the fourth respondent came again and tried to force entry into the compound. And when we are talking of forcing, is when they want to use their vehicles to enter the compound. The argument was that we leave the vehicles outside, then we can access whatever we want to do by foot.
Yes.
So when they went there and it was peaceable before, again, there were a lot of youths, they came with a lot of youths, fighting erupted, and then there was shooting in the air all. And I said there before that this shooting was not done by the police in uniform who are manning those stations. They were the people accompanying the state officers. They are bodyguards also. And so one person was shot in that polling station.
Now,
and I think what they were trying to do is to scare away, because if there's some violence already being reported, maybe at 12 noon, for example, there will be voters with fear. They won't come out to come and vote. They will stay in their homes.
Yes, confirm that that evidence is captured in your affidavit paragraph 84. Paragraph 84. So, no, the 85, sorry. 85. Paragraph 85.
Yeah, 85.
Yes. My lords, we would like to show a clip. The clip is
Just restart. Just restart. My lord, can the clip be restarted? So that, can it be restarted and with some volume so that we can follow?
The recording has no volume.
My Lord, I.
Yeah, it's captured in its own.
My Lord, this is Gachuba for the fourth respondent. We object to the playing of that clip. I understand the language, it's in Mbeere language. I don't think I've seen any translation of that clip. I therefore don't think that it meets the.
Yes, the clip is violence that is shooting victim.
So, my Lord, the objection is that without a translation of the same, it does not meet the threshold of the Evidence Act. We therefore object to it. It's in Mbeere. I understand the language, so I know it's in Mbeere, but I don't think that's the language of the court.
The translation has been raised. Is the objection?
My Lord, Adrian for the respondent. Besides, even if it was to be admissible, it is self-evident that it is inaudible. So it's not possible to make much out of it.
Yes, my Lord. I do support the objection raised by the fourth respondent. It is not audible. The clip is not audible. Equivalent translation has not been supplied, my Lord. So it will not be of evidential value, even if it were to be relied upon. So it shouldn't be excluded.
Yes, my Lord, I note the objection. I'm requesting for 5 minutes break. I put my house in order. Oh, my Lord, my team is requesting for 20 minutes break. Then we'll be able to reply to the objection and also get the correct clips.
It's 11:15 and then you went on a water break. What did you
Sorry, my Lord. Now that you
I'll
have
give you a
already
chance
said,
to say it when you
yes,
come back.
I was going to oppose
The break.
the requested break, man.
Oh, no.
But since you are going to give one,
See, then you guys, 11:15, you were okay. So, sorry, somebody came late. I started at 5 minutes late. So, I'm going to take my break now. How many minutes do you normally, are we supposed to have 10:15? That one, now, 15 minutes. So
15, yeah.
we'll be back in 15 minutes.
Most obliged.
Most
obliged.
So the respondents can leave us inside the court with our offers.
Yeah, that's a one. It's been a supper. Nilienda kauza viwani na za viwani mwendo wa saa nne hivi nikaona mganga yangu anaitwa Boni, tukakaa hapo sana naye tukingojea kuja kwa Samwani. Hapo mwendo wa saa tisa hivo tukaona ndugu ya mtini, tukamwambia Boni tuende sasa, kwa sababu yako tunaona tuko na kuliko. Tukaenda upande wa chini wa boma ya Kenya Boni Moragaji. Tukaenda tukasimama mpangilio tukiangalia wazee watu mtu yule akapenda kufikiria nira hivyo tukaona watu wakikimbia hivyo tuliambia nikaambia rafiki yangu tuende hivi. Risasi ikarushwa juu tukasikia sauti ya risasi ile tulienda hivyo, nikasikia nini niko hapa na nikatokelea hapa, nikaona nikasikia baridi mkono ile ilitokelea mkono, nikamwambia mimi nimejua, lakini na wao waliona ni
Yes. Yes, the clip, Your Honor, is labeled as violence shooting to be victim.
Is it the same as one?
Yes.
I just want the timestamp. The period.
The period, the time.
The timestamp from when it starts in Swahili. The rest is exclusive.
Yeah, sure.
Give me the timestamp.
That is from 307.
Is that where it started?
Can you?
Yes.
From 307.
Nikaenda kwa barabara nikaita gava yangu, nikaita ndugu yangu akakuja kunichukua anipeleka hospitali. Nikienda hospitali nikaambiwa hivi nitengenezwa bila barua ya ombi namba. Nikaenda kwa police station nikapewa ombi namba, nikaenda hospitali wakanichukua wakatengeneza.
0533. Yes. Do you know that gentleman in that clip? No. Now, in your affidavit, paragraph.
What I know is that it's one of the witnesses in this case.
Oh, he's one of the witnesses. Yes. But do you know what happened to him? Huh? What happened to him on the election day?
He was shot. Yes.
Which station?
At Kamu.
In a nutshell, you give evidence and said that there was violence on the elections day. Is that the evidence?
Yeah, it was widespread in so many polling stations. This being one of them.
Yes. I want you to play one more clip. One labeled CS local. Yes, CS local voter agitation Kenya Bora. And so, what can you see there? What can you see at that clip?
I can see a brand of vehicle, number plates.
Proceed. Next, where is the vehicle headed to?
To Kanyambora polling station.
Do you know this police station?
Yeah, I know.
Proceed. What are the voices you're hearing?
I think there's a commotion, and what they are trying to do is that, as you said earlier on, they are trying to make sure that there's no vehicle that comes from outside to enter into a polling station. So this vehicle was not supposed to enter into a polling station, but the occupants were supposed to leave it outside and then move in.
Okay. So, in a nutshell, I don't want to take you through all the clips to save on time. Would you wish the court to adapt your affidavit and the evidence as it is?
Yes.
My lord, I want to donate my time to my colleagues. So, my lord, the affidavit is adopted and the evidence attached. Yes.
Okay. No, I'll only be very brief on him to clarify. Yes. Mr. Witness, which political party were you running with?
Democratic Party.
And which political party was the winner running with?
Which?
The political party. The person declared the winner, which was the political party that sponsored him?
UDA.
UDA. What is the nexus between, or what is the connection between UDA and CS Roko?
CS Roko is a state officer appointed by that government.
Which government?
The Kenya Kwanza government.
The Kenya Kwanza government. Which is the political party sponsoring the Kenya Kwanza government?
UDA.
UDA. You recall you indicated that there was a polling station called Gatibori where you said it was a hell of a polling station, correct?
Yes.
Why did you describe that polling station as a hell of a polling station?
Because according to the agents, my agents, if I may report what they said, because I was not in that polling station.
Yes.
Is that first there was a directive from the CS that counting should not start before he arrives.
Yes.
And that is what was said by the presiding officer.
Was that actuated? Was that directive implemented?
It was implemented.
Who implemented that directive?
The presiding officer.
The presiding officer.
Yes.
What is a presiding officer supposed to apply when it comes to the issues of an election?
In fact, it should be even the supervisor of that polling station.
I'm talking about two principles there, partiality and impartiality. What he or she supposed to apply?
Should be impartial.
Impartial. You spoke about assisted voters, correct?
Yeah.
What was the issue about the assisted voters in the election?
The number was too high.
The number was too. Do you have specific polling stations where the assisted voters number was too high?
Like Gangara polling station.
Like Gangara polling station. What was the difference between Gangara? Gangara, correct?
Yeah.
Who won in that particular polling station between you and the fourth respondent?
Myself.
You won. Which other polling station had more assisted voters?
Mbeere polling station.
Mbeere. Do you have any doubts in respect of the vote cast in that particular polling, those two particular polling stations?
Yes, because the counting was being done while people had been sent out.
The count. What exactly do you mean, Mr. Witness?
What I'm saying is that at the Mbeere polling station, the counting, when the counting was done, even one of the agents was dropped along the way. The agent who wanted to accompany the ballot boxes to the tallying center, he was left on the way.
And what was the difference of the votes between yourself and the fourth respondents in those particular polling stations? Have you narrated it in your petition?
Yes. It is there.
Would you point the court to that particular paragraph?
114. Paragraph.
Who was assisting these voters?
There was a person who was assigned. They were coming outside with a person who was assigned to come and assist them. Even if you know how to write,
yes,
there was a person who was accompanying you so that you vote in his presence, so that they report somewhere that indeed he has elected somebody, a certain candidate.
You understand, Mr. Witness, that before the elections, there is always an induction process that takes place, correct? Parties are taken through the whole process of the election, what we expect at the polling station, correct? You are aware, are you aware whether or not in a polling station there ought to be maintained a polls days diary?
Yes.
Where these incidences are supposed to be recorded, correct?
Yes.
Are you aware whether or not these incidences were recorded in that polls days diary?
No.
If you want to know whether these incidences were recorded, what would the court, what would you wish the court to do?
If they were not recorded, I think we can only do a recount of votes to ascertain the number of votes that were cast.
Number two, in respect to the voters' days diary, the polls days diary, did you bring them before the court, the polls days diary? Do you have them before the court? You don't have them, correct?
Yes.
Who is the custodians of those polls days diary?
The IBC.
The IBC. Let me rephrase the question again. How are you able to tell whether or not these incidences were recorded on the polls days diary?